Okay, April 18th, it's around noon central, and we're just looking at the rain totals from yesterday. It was a pretty successful day for the Haarp crowd. We can see some Coreouts here. Numerous rainstorms had begun, and they all get cored out by a Haarp downburst. Let me zoom in and show you some of these. That's pretty classic. Jet streams moving this way, so basically that means that some of the rain gets squeezed out on the downwind side, and the rest of it is just dried up by the Haarp descending dry air. And up in the Pacific Northwest, this is just classic. Look, here's a donut of heavy rain, and right in the middle, it's cored out. Here's another partial donut. California, they had that super dry air coming up, overtaking the low pressure front, and held all that rain to less than a quarter of an inch. So that's, for agricultural purposes, that doesn't matter. And Texas, of course, gets the worst of it. Here's a really beautiful core out here. The entire panhandle was cored out. South Texas was cored out. We actually witnessed that in the previous video. The Gacona Haarp has no problem up here doing Coreouts, but it does like a big area when it actually radiates. This little guy down here, he's the one that does small Coreouts, and in Texas they tend to be fairly small. 2 days ago we saw the center, after dark, the center of Texas had a downburst that big. So that the ionosphere was favorable for them, so they did that to prevent this rain like 36 hours later, and look, they did prevent it. Now let me show you the map for right now, which is precipitation falling, and you can see a very odd little thing here. Okay, now, like this guy right here. I mean, it's just strange to have 1 second you've got lots of rain, the next second, poof, poof, it's gone. But that's what the Haarp downburst can do. I don't know how many minutes these are apart. Looks like they're 15 minutes apart. So yeah, the Haarp downburst can absolutely destroy a rain cloud in 15 minutes. And we're going to see this activity up here. More mysterious stuff suddenly disappearing. Okay, 8:15, 9:15. Okay, so that disappeared, and then it reappeared again. So that's just a radar anomaly. So that's basically the summary. The rain amount from yesterday was... Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you on this rain total. Look how heavy it rains over the Gulf Coast. Look at that. It's amazing. A little bit of it got inland in Georgia and Florida Panhandle, but look at all that heavy rain right off the coast. That is because the supercomputer can calculate where to put the Haarp downburst and where to put the chemtrails to keep that rain off of the land. So that is no coincidence. Now, another thing that strikes me as being weird is look at all these little patches of very light rain. They are all over the place, particularly west of the Dallas to Fargo line, where they have total control through Haarp of the rainfall. So that's why you see these, it'll start raining, then they just 10 milliseconds later they can have the Haarp downburst begin there. But I mean, just have a look at this here. There's a partial arc. 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 These things, these are Haarp artifacts. These are everywhere. I typically say, on a normal day, the Haarp the two Haarp transmitters are used 5 times to destroy 5 separate storms. But on a day like yesterday, they were probably moved 30 times to destroy 30 separate storms. Okay, that's what they did yesterday, April 17th, 2014. And that's why the best you can ever get is a 1/4 inch of rain. Whereas off the coast, it'll rain cats and dogs. Rain 2 inches. They don't care. I'll probably do an update later today if something interesting happens. They are really heavily photoshopping stuff right now. I mean, you just cannot see a darn thing, because my videos have actually tutored them on how to hide this stuff now. But I'll just zoom in real quick and show you this kind of thing right here. I mean, this is photoshopped. This is photoshopped. It's kind of hard to... There's not much detail in shortwave IR, so... And the visible map is not loading, so anyway. It's going on, folks. Pay attention, or we're all dead in 20 years. And that's the truth. Okay, thanks.